The complainant stated that she was using the restroom when the defendant came into the residence and began banging on the restroom door. The complainant stated that she got up and opened the door and the defendant was angry at her. The complainant stated that the defendant got in her face and told her that their grandma needed to use the restroom. The complainant stated that she didn't know, and the defendant got more upset and began punching the complainant several times. The complainant stated that she put her arms up to block the punch from hitting her face, and she told the defendant that she was going to call the police, to which the defendant grabbed her phone and prevented her from calling the police. The complainant stated that their grandpa came in and broke up the disturbance. The complainant stated the defendant left the scene with the grandpa and the grandma. The complainant stated that she's felt pain and discomfort during and after the assault. The complainant also has redness on her right arm.
Okay. Now, can you tell me what kind of criminal history Mr. Proctor White has? Is he on probation or parole?
So I see, it looks like a burglary of a motor vehicle from 2017, an unlawful carry of a weapon in 2017, criminal activity in 2017, and also 2016.
Mr. Proctor, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward on both cases. I'm now issuing a protective order. Why are you looking over there? There's no reason for you to look over there. You look at me. Do you understand?
I understand. I'm just waiting on you to tell me it's my turn.
You start acting the fool while you're out there in the free world. I'm going to take the free world away from you, Mr. Parker. Mr. Proctor, do you understand me?
I hate that we met on these terms, John.
I'm sorry, what was
I
that?
said I hate that we met on these terms. You only have assumptions about me.
One more, I'm going to put you in jail. You understand? You will respect me, you will respect the court, and I don't need any superfluous argument out of you. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume illegal drugs, any kind of dope, any kind of alcohol, and I'm ordering you not to be in possession of weapons. I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with this complaining witness. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I will do everything in my power to protect every single person of Harris County. And if that means locking you up, I'll do it in a heartbeat. What do you do for a living?
I own a construction business.
How much money do you make a month?
I was making up to probably about $3,000 to $4,000 a month. But now, since these false allegations have been brought up against me, now I have been displaced from my home. That's my home. And other things of that nature that go around those things, that go with my address, and all the people that with my business, my grandfather, other people that helped me with my business. Those people have been stripped away from me as it was supposed to be. If you look up on the call records and the police call records, you'll see that she called the police over 70 times since 2020.
Get there. I understand that there's always two sides to the story.
But I just wanted to let you know that and the probation that she brought up also, that was deferred. And I completed that.
There's always two sides to the story.
For sure.
I get it. And
For sure.
I'm asking you these questions now to determine whether you can hire your own lawyer or not. That's why I'm asking you these questions. Are you still working?
No, I can't do anything because all the things that were structured around like I said, my family and my business have been stripped away because you and other people have told me that I can't be around my family. And I
say family. I said this complaining witness.
I'm sorry, but my paperwork, my pretrial paperwork, it says her or any relatives of this victim. That's what it says. So I want to be accurate and I don't want to go against any rules of the court.
I'm with you. Let's do this. I'll provide your lawyer today. The only thing I want to know is I want to make sure that this complaining witness is protected. That's all I want. And that's all. Stop. I want you to listen. That's all I want. So I will provide your lawyer today. And then I'm going to have the state reach out to the complaining witness and to see who all wants to have contact with you. And then whoever does, then we can modify the order to that liking. All I'm telling you now, don't smoke dope. Don't pick up any new cases. Otherwise, I will put you in jail. You got out of jail because we gave you a free bond. You will not get another one. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I need you to, well, I already have an application on file. So I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria. I'll have you take a seat and just hang tight. All right. Don't leave until you sign our bond conditions, though.
Oh,
Please.
Page 17.
I know. It's a cousin, but you charged it as a garden variety assault.
I saw that.
And because I really would like to do a MOP in this case. But no family member allegation. What do you think about that?
Well, so on the law language that we visited, any offense involving family violence, and we looked at the family violence definition, which could be assault. So it's valid, but it's not, the cleanest, but it's valid. It's a valid law if you issue it.
Steve, sir.
Okay, can you file it for me, please? You mind? Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, you're charged with criminal mischief. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On August 27, 2024, officers were dispatched to a criminal mischief in progress at an apartment complex in Harris County, Texas. While en route to the location, the caller had admitted to breaking the window. Officer arrived on the scene and made contact with the defendant. The complainant on the scene stated that he and the defendant had been in a previous dating relationship for 1 year. The complainant stated that he had texted the defendant for her to bring his daughter because he had not seen her in 2 weeks. The complainant stated that the defendant had arrived at his apartment and gave him his daughter. The complainant stated that the defendant showed him a photo of hydrocodone and that she appeared to be under the influence of something like that. The complainant stated that when the defendant went back outside of his apartment unit, he closed and locked the door. The complainant stated that the defendant used a screwdriver to try and break open the lock to his apartment front door. The complainant stated the defendant then broke his apartment window next to his front door. The defendant also crawled through the window and entered his apartment without his permission. The complainant states that he told the defendant several times to leave his apartment and she refused. The complainant stated his window was valued at $100. The complainant had cell phone video footage of the defendant breaking the window and entering. Black pliers with a blue handle were recovered at the scene. In the cell phone video, the pliers were seen in the defendant's hand when she broke the window and entered the apartment.
Very lucky you're not charged with a felony burglary of a habitation. Let me tell you. I'm going to find that there's criminal mischief, or that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand? I'm now entering what's called a magistrate's order of emergency protection that identifies Joe Warren Curtis as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person, commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code because it's a stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot go within 200 feet of where he lives or where he works. Do you understand? If you violate this, the state will file additional charges against you, and then you're looking at a lot more time. I see that you have a lawyer. I will waive your appearance, but it's your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Coyne. You do have a lawyer, correct?
Jimmy said it because he has a lot of stuff going on right now.
Okay, just stay in touch with him and he will tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me that you're AWOL and you're not responding to phone calls, text messages, I will issue a warrant.
I have my newborn baby there. I have the messages to prove that he told me to go over there so we communicate.
Stop. Just talk to Mr. Coyne. He will help you out. He'll navigate this for you. I've got a bunch of DAs here. Everything you say, they're just going to use it against you. So now is not the best time. Okay. All I'm asking you to do is don't pick up any new cases and just stay away from this person.
I need my daughter. How would you feel as a newborn daughter? Somebody that does those pills, and I have pictures, and I have a private investigator.
Go to the family court. Don't take matters into your own hands because you're the one that's going to end up in jail. But if you go to family court, you present that evidence, you'll get the baby. The right way to do it is to go to the family court. All the money you're going to spend doing here, all this money that you're going to spend hiring Mr. Coyne and doing all this, that, if you would have hired yourself a family lawyer, would have gotten custody, and then when they start to mess with you, that judge will hold them in contempt or put them in jail or whatnot. Okay, you're not, did you hear anything that I just said? I know that you're trying to tell me something, the wheels are turning, but are you
Yes.
listening?
I'm listening, but you telling me I can't go around there? My newborn is there. That's
don't
been with
want
me
you to
since day
contact
one.
this person. If you want to get your baby, do it the right way, but don't have contact with this person. That's it.
He has contact with me. It's my phone.
Don't answer the phone. Don't answer text. I will put you in jail. I hope you listen. Talk to Mr. Coyne. He can help you navigate this thing. But what you need to do is you need to get your a custody order, or if he's got custody, get a visitation. Every mother, every father should have access to their own child, no matter what. I don't care. Doesn't matter. You should have access, but you have to do it the right way. And that's getting either a visitation order or a custody order through the family courts. Ready? Okay, Mr. Stewart, come on up. All right, so I got a bond violation report that says here, you entered the exclusion zone on 7/8 at 9:08 a.m. You left at 9:13, entered again at 3:57 a.m. There was a curfew in this case, was there not?
Yes, and if you would, Judge, if you're anything like me, you have a tank of goodwill that can run empty. And you've given us more than we deserve in this case. Hurricane Beryl, this was the height of when Hurricane Beryl was coming through the neighborhood.
Who in their right mind is supposed to be out in a hurricane at 4 a.m?
His power had gone out. He learned that his sister had a generator. And so that's where that's the address. It's his sister's home where there was a generator that could provide some cool air. And that's what was happening in this case. But there's no excuse. He understands what his bond conditions was.
Let me ask you this, was he allowed to be at the house that he went to?
Not according to his bond.
I had nowhere to go. It's hot.
So what? Everybody else in Houston still doesn't have power. 1 million people still don't have power. Still, to this very moment. And they're dealing with it.
Did you contact pretrial services to let them know where you were going?
Yes.
When did you do that?
Yesterday.
Okay, but you didn't do it
Days
before you went.
I called them. They wasn't answering the phone.
Okay.
I got pictures.
I don't care
screenshots.
about calling Jesus. It don't matter who you're calling and what's your excuse. You have bond conditions. This is not the first time. This is not the second time. This is not the third time that you've had bond violations. How many is
This
this?
is the sixth time I've been here in the past 45 days.
Am I supposed to let you go after 6 times? Mr. Stewart?
To be fair, the first time was my first appearance, so that was just a regular court thing.
You know, we all have to deal with very stressful situations. We are all under, we all deal with the stress, and really 1 million people still, or I got to imagine it's hopefully less now,
I
but
still don't have lights.
so many other people don't.
Sure.
But that doesn't give you the right to go where you're not supposed to go. And not only have I ordered you not to be out in the middle of the night, but the police and everybody else told you, stay at home. Don't go out in a hurricane. And yet you go out. It's not goodwill. You know, I mean, Mr. Mercer, now it becomes enabling. That's what it does. And it tells him that if I let him go, it's okay. It's not. He still thinks he can do whatever he wants to do.
I'm tired of coming in here and making excuses. What I've had to do is to remind myself.
Look, if you want to if you want to withdraw from the case, you can withdraw and I'll appoint him a lawyer today. I'm not letting you go. It's not fair.
Go, Judge, I got asthma and allergies. I'm literally sweating bad. I couldn't even breathe in the house, Judge. I could not.
Stay.
No, I can't go nowhere else. I'm steady. I'm looking for a job. I can't find a job. It's hard. Everything is hard for me. Like literally everything is hard, Your Honor. Like
I didn't have power either. I don't have air conditioning. I have a fish that I'm trying to save by sitting there bubbling water myself, trying to keep this fish alive.
I don't have
So we all have things that we deal with.
No, nothing. You wanna like I can't even charge. I barely can charge my ankle monitor. We have no power, like literally no power.
Go somewhere else. You don't go to the house that you're forbidden.
I don't have literally I don't have nowhere else to go. I don't have family out here. I only have one person out here, one other person out here, other than my mom. Literally.
Judge, I'm not sure why the address was an exclusion zone. There's no victim in the case. It was an unlawful carry case. I don't know. If I would have caught that, I would have asked the judge to amend that order because it's his mother's and sister's house, and there was no reason to have that on the bond conditions. I don't understand why that was.
Tell me about it, because I don't remember. It's now been so many cases and so much that I don't even remember anymore.
On the first case, Judge,
I don't know. Which case are we, because there's.
the weather case, so
Okay.
it's March 12, 2024. Officers were conducting a fugitive investigation for a wanted fugitive when they observed the defendant standing in front of an apartment in Harris County, Texas, with an AR pistol on his waistband. Rifle magazine was visible on the right side of his waist. Officers approached the defendant and instructed the defendant to come to them for their investigation. The defendant then turned and ran away 20 feet from outside to inside of his apartment and ran upstairs with the firearm still in his possession. Officers then surrounded the apartment and gave commands for the defendant to come outside, which he eventually complied with. Officers then obtained consent from the homeowner to search the apartment and located an upper receiver inside a dresser, the rifle magazine inside the dresser, and a lower receiver of the rifle in another dresser near the window. The upper receiver had a live 300 blackout round ejecting out of it.
That's the first case.
That's the first transaction. He picked up evading and unlawful carrying in a public place. The other two were evadings.
So
That's where the exclusion zone came from. I feel like I dropped the ball on that because I would have asked the court to amend that. It's his mother's and sister's home, and I didn't feel like that was necessary for him to have it.
why did we do that in the first place, the exclusion over there? Do you know?
Judge, I don't believe it's something we requested because we didn't really rip anybody since there wasn't a victim in the case.
But your mother and your sister stayed in?
Yes, my sister stayed over there.
What address is that one?
12650 Ashford Meadow Drive, Unit A.
It says he shall not go to or within 500 feet of the 12600 Ashford Meadow Drive.
I don't want to make a presumption, Your Honor, but I do feel like if I had approached the DA and asked them to amend that, I don't think they would have been opposed. That's something that I should have done.
And I'm with you.
If I had done that.
And Mr. Mercer, I'm with you, but he's still out at 4 a.m. You're still going out at 4 a.m.
I was leaving the place I was at because me and my mom were panicking so much, and I had to go to went to my sister's house. You can ask my mom, you can call my sister, you can literally ask both of them. They'll tell you. Literally, I was hiding. I have asthma and allergies. I can't breathe. I cannot breathe.
So bring him over here. I want to talk to him then.
I can call him on the phone, over the
They've
phone.
been texting with me. They said, please have the judge call us. So,
And she's even been calling. I promise, she's even been calling here.
Bring him here. Let's talk to him Monday.
Okay.
okay, Judge. Thank you.
Hold it to Monday.
In the interim, if it's their actual address, Judge, we will be unopposed to.
I'm not gonna do anything yet. I want to talk to them, bring them here Monday. Let's roll it to Monday, and I want to talk to mom and sister,
Thank you, Your Honor.
okay? Be back here Monday.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
I know Roger was upset like crazy, but I mean, just fraudulent identity after fraudulent identity after, no.
He was
I'm
just
just-
doing his job, but I did tell him, Roger, don't throw yourself at the mercy of the court.
I can't have sympathy, but you know,
Hey, Judge,
really.
what's that over there on the wall? Nothing.
The next day,
Okay, Yeah.
Mr. Stewart, we were here Friday.
is mom here?
He wanted to bring his mother and his sister there. because-
Please. Yeah.
Someone come up? Are you able to,
Raymond? A human?
enjoy the travel back? That's great.
Everyone, keep it down, please. If you want to talk, go outside. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming. Are you mom? Okay, and you are a sister? Okay. How much do you know about Mr. Stewart? As far as all the cases that we have and how many charges he's picked up and of all the issues that we have, how much do you know?
We know about them, we don't know about it. What's
Okay.
really going on.
I am at wit's end with your son. I am up to here. We now have a total of 4 open cases. They're all the same. And the bond violations continue to happen over and over and over. And I have put him in jail at least Mr. Mercer, at least 2 different occasions, right? 3? To try to get him to understand that we mean business. Someone keeps bonding him out and he continues to do what he wants to do. This last time I told him, I don't want you to do certain things. I didn't want him out in the middle of the night. It's one of my main concerns. Nothing good happens at 2 a.m, at 4 a.m, at all. And in this last violation report, which I think numbers now 6, he's out at 4 a.m.
Came to my house, because he couldn't breathe.
He has asthma
He has
real
asthma
bad,
and bronchitis as well.
and it's just, when it's hot,
They both came to my house because they couldn't breathe. And I had a mini generator and they blew out the air from the fan, and I have one.
And it can't wait another 2 hours until 7 a.m. until what he can,
he can't
He couldn't
breathe,
breathe.
he can't breathe.
And I had to give him the albuterol through the machine and the steroid pump.
He's been had this ever since he was a baby, and he cannot breathe.
He wake up sometime out his sleep, out his sleep sometime and can't.
The noise he makes will wake you up.
Like
It's
that.
just because he can't breathe.
how does it continue to pick up these cases and how does it continue to violate these conditions being out though? And in at least one of the cases, he has an AR-15.
So, well,
Well, I believe it's because he's been shot before.
Look, it needs to stop. If somehow you guys are telling him it's okay to be out at 4 a.m. It's not.
That was just the one time that he came when the lights went on. That was it.
But it's always one time. It's always this, it's always that. And it just continues to happen. And this is the 6th time. Who does he live with now?
I just came back home Saturday evening, so he's back with me. He stays.
Do you stay home all day? What do you do? Do you work? Do you?
Just like, I've been on disability ever since 15, 16. I have neuropathy in my hands,
Who else stays at the house?
just me and him. And it affects my right side.
Why, Mr. Mercer, why did we do the exclusion in the first place from the house? I don't remember.
It must have been just a standard boilerplate thing that I overlooked or that the state overlooked. I didn't sign on until later on. I subbed in for somebody else. It was just where the incident occurred. There was no victim in the case. There's no danger to anyone in particular. I think it's just where they found him with the weapon. So I don't know, honestly. I think at the last setting, the state indicated that they would not oppose taking that out.
Do you have any reason why we put the restriction on that particular address?
Judge, I think that was a court condition, if I remember correctly, and on the allegations and stuff, it looks like he kind of trapped himself into that house and caused this whole standoff, and then because of the facts of the case, he didn't want to be around there until he had more information. But if it's his house, like I said, I'm not opposed to him.
What is your address, ma'am?
Well, I moved from over there to.
The address is actually her
Her
house.
address.
So that address is your
That's the
address.
address he came to, but it's not the address where it occurred at. What the address where it occurred at is like way down the way. I live in the front, so she came to the front.
She's a friend of the lady whose house he was at, some friend,
Where it happened.
and he ran into her. She was a friend of the family.
He ran up to the lady that was the friend of the family house.
I only have 3 things that I want. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. Actually, 4 things. Curfew, so he's not out in the middle of the night, and that he's a working man,
I've been trying to.
so that he doesn't have too much time on his hands. That's the only thing I'm requiring from him. And I'm going to say this now, that it doesn't matter to me if he lives with you, sister. My only concern is that he's not out in the middle of the night and doesn't have a weapon. Okay? I'm going to let him go with you guys, but I'm going to tell you now, if I have any future violations, I'm going to set each of his bonds at $50,000.
So is he allowed to come to my address?
I don't think it's an issue. My only thing is I don't want him out in the middle of the night. We will put a curfew of 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. If he's out past any of those times, I'm telling you, I'm going to make his bond really, really high.
He can come out, so he
He has to have a full-time job.
I'm working on trying to get him in.
Why are you working on it? He should be working
He is
on
as
it.
well, I'm sorry.
Well,
We
we-
both are. We all are trying to just help him.
Yeah,
Because he's 17, so it's like it's not so many jobs that
I
we
understand.
can get him.
Look,
We just
if
trying
you-
to help him.
I'm happy that you're helping him. Really, at the end of the day, if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. But I just want you to understand that I'm at wit's end. I will not entertain any more excuses. I don't care what it is. I don't care where he's going. If you need to have a breathing machine in both houses, put one in there. Because, come up, Mr. Stewart. I'm gonna take off the restriction that you can go to your sister's house. I mean, I don't care what house you're going to. Don't be out past curfew.
Yes, sir.
I don't care if you leave your charger at your sister's house and you have to go out at 9:05 to go get it somewhere else. The next time, and I'm going to make a notation clearly here of everything, because I'm not going to forget anything. Next time, I don't care what your excuse is. I'm going to make your bond $250,000.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
At some point, they're going to stop paying to get you out because they're wasting their money every single time, thousands of dollars to get you out, for you to violate, to go right back in.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're on notice now. If you are going to go to a particular house, have your overnight bag that has everything in it, your phone, your charger, your albuterol, the machine you might need, have everything, because I will not entertain any excuses. Mr. Mercer, you're on notice now. I don't care what the excuse is. The next time he violates any condition, you know what's going to happen.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yeah, we need to make
So
sure.
the only conditions that we have now, get a job full-time or be in school full-time.
Sir.
No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol,
Sir.
and no out past curfew.
Yes,
That's
sir.
it.
Do we need to, I'll talk to Pretrial Services about
Talk
the
with Tracy
address.
so that we iron everything out. And then that's it.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Judge.
I appreciate you.
Okay. You are charged with driving while your license is suspended. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
It's Judge. On February 3rd, 2025, at 11:40 a.m., the officer ran a license plate search on a vehicle and found the vehicle to have expired registration. A traffic stop was then initiated. The officer notified the defendant for the reason of the stop and asked for the defendant's driver's license. The defendant provided a Texas ID that did not belong to him, and the officer asked for a name and date of birth. A search of the information provided showed the defendant's driver's license to be ineligible, and the vehicle also did not have valid insurance. And the officer did a person search on the defendant and found the defendant had a bond condition for an ignition interlock device, and that the vehicle did not have the interlock. The vehicle was registered to the defendant.
Let's go through your stuff. And I'm just from 2009. DWI, possession of a controlled substance, robbery, theft, possession of a controlled substance, felony theft, felony theft. Here's my concern. 2018, DWI second. 2019, DWI second. 2019, possession of a controlled substance. Further in the year, DWI second. Possession of a controlled substance, and now another DWI license. I don't know if you watch the news. Every single day, someone dies from an alcohol-related collision in our county. Every single day. Watch the news. It's really, really unfortunate when a button on a phone and $30 on an Uber will get you to anywhere you want to go in this damn county. Don't matter where you want to go. It's a geographical oddity. It's so easy to just hit one button. I don't know what we need to get through to you, Mr. Benjamin, but I don't know if you're going to bond out. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me you're not going to drive. And I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is. If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. Every single time you get behind the wheel, you can be facing 6 months in jail and up to 6 months in jail and or a $500 fine. Do you understand? Do not drive. It's really scary what happens every single day in our county, and it's so tragic. Don't drive. This is the promise that you're going to make to me. All I'm begging you to do is don't kill someone. Please, don't kill someone. You're being held at no bond on your DWI third upstairs as it is. And I don't know, right now they gave you a PR bond in this case, and I don't know if that's appropriate because you scare me. You just, according to this, I find by clear and convincing evidence that you just refuse to comply with bond conditions. So I don't know if I'm going to give him a PR bond. You know, he's driving a car here. He's supposed to have an interlock. He doesn't have one. And so I don't know. So for now, I'm going to have you sign the affidavit. It is a part of your bond condition. Don't be a danger to my county. Otherwise, I will make your bond very, very high. Do you understand? Get a clue, Mr. Benjamin. It's not hard. Come on. You're Lauren Thompson. Ms. Thompson, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
One moment, Your Honor. Is Thompson correct?
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Okay. On February 8th, 2025, the officers were traveling on 4300 Luella Avenue in Deer Park and observed a motor vehicle driving with an expired license plate. The officer confirmed with TCIC and CIC and performed a traffic stop. Upon making contact with the defendant, he observed bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage. The defendant admitted to consuming 3 alcoholic seltzers, and standard field sobriety tests were administered. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 8 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. The defendant was read the DIC and refused to provide a sample, and a blood search warrant was signed and executed.
All right, Ms. Thompson, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Any prior to DWIs, and does she have a license?
No priors, Your Honor, and I'm running her license right now.
She doesn't have any priors.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. As long as you're not using, everything will be fine. If I find that you're consuming alcohol, illegal drugs, I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. Do you understand?
Your Honor, we'd like to state that she did tell the officer that she had taken some medication. So she did explain to the officer that she was under some medication. So we would like our concern is the revocation of her license. There's motions for.
I'm not revoking her license. I mean, you may continue to drive, just if it does become suspended at a later point, you just have to be cognizant of that it does, that you're not allowed to drive. So just be careful. You know, I don't know what's going to happen with the ALR hearing and all that. So just be careful. Now you have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with her and she'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. Just don't consume alcohol. Don't use illegal drug medication. If you're taking medication prescribed by a doctor, that's absolutely fine.
You tell us, Your Honor.
Okay, just understand that if you're taking a controlled substance, even prescribed by a doctor, if you take too much, it can be an intoxicant. And if you get in a car, it's bad news. So you just be very, very careful. You understand?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
I'm going to have you sign a resale. Victoria will have you sign your bond condition for Felicia, and then you guys are free to go. Thanks. That way. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
I don't know if the TVs are working, but your lawyer's here with you on Zoom, so you know you're not alone. Okay. Ms. McElveen, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, man.
Yes, Judge. Okay. On February 28th, 2025, the officer observed a vehicle run a red light on Derry Ashford and Westheimer at a high rate of speed. And upon catching up with the vehicle, the officer observed the vehicle run another red light at Kirkwood and Westheimer, both intersections in Harris County, Texas. The vehicle was estimated to be traveling at 80 miles per hour, and a traffic stop was conducted. The officer observed glossy eyes, slurred speech, and the defendant was unaware she had run the lights. The officer asked the defendant to exit the vehicle and observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage and an empty container of an alcoholic beverage and a half-empty open container of wine.
For drinking while driving?
There were open containers, Your Honor. And standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN 4 out of 4, walk and turn 7 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. And DIC was red. The defendant consented to breath. The results were 0.146 and 0.144.
And I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Are you telling me that she's consuming alcohol while she's driving, Alex?
Let me read the full judgment, Your Honor, and see if there's any.
I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. If I find that you consume alcohol or illegal drugs, then I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Your Honor, they were just partially full. There's no indication they were cold to the touch or anything like that.
There is no observation of her drinking while driving.
And then I'll run your license, Your Honor.
Anytime you have an open container in a car, it's a minimum of 5 days in jail, flat to any sentence that you get. I would hope that it's elementary that you don't have alcohol in the car while you're driving.
Oh, Your Honor.
All right, you have a lawyer because you have a lawyer. I will waive your appearance. However, you must stay in touch with Mr. Dietrich and he'll tell you when you have to come back to court. No alcohol, no illegal drugs. If you do not have a Texas driver license and liability insurance, you're not allowed to drive. So if you don't have liability insurance in your name, do not drive. It is a condition of your bond. Do you understand? All right, I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you meet with Fleischer for your bond conditions, then you're free to go. Mr. Herrera, you're charged with criminal trespass. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On February 6, 2025, the officer was notified by a witness that a former student, the defendant, was inside Spring High School. The defendant was unenrolled from the school by the associate principal on February 4, 2025, and was told not to return. Spring ISD school records show the defendant is no longer an active student, and the school officer and associate principal advised the defendant to leave on February 6th a second time, not to return. The officer observed the defendant walking on the walkway with other students, and the defendant continued to walk in the officer's direction. The officer observed the defendant pull his hoodie over his head while walking towards the bus ramp area. The officer was in full uniform and gave the defendant a verbal command to stop and follow the officer to his patrol vehicle. The defendant disregarded these verbal commands and began walking in the opposite direction. The officer grabbed the defendant by his left arm and the defendant began to resist, pulling away to the point where he started coming out of his hoodie. The officer verbally commanded the defendant to stop, and the defendant broke loose and used evasive foot maneuvers to gain distance from the officer in the direction of an open parking lot. The officer notified Spring ISD police and requested assistance. The defendant was detained 300 yards from the initial interaction.
So he was where?
He was at Spring High School.
I know, but was he in the outside or was he?
He was on the outside walking towards a parking lot and walking with a group of students when the officer interacted with him.
He's outside. Was he, so any
Still
point?
on the property owner of Spring High School, and they told him not to return to that high school. They told him on the 4th of February not to return to the high school. And he was on the property.
I understand that, but he's on the outskirts, he's on the sidewalk.
He was walking on a walkway with other students.
Walkway of the school,
It was
near the parking lot of the school, which is owned by the school.
Yes, Judge. It was the walkway with other students. And that's when the officer saw him and tried to make contact with him.
I mean, I'd like to know where, you know, is he on public property? Is he just on a sidewalk on the outside of the school, you know? Just walking?
He was with other students on the walkway walking towards the
Is
bus.
that,
Further in the DIMS, it describes it as the walkway near the portable buildings located north of the band parking lot. So
let's do this, Mr. Herrera. I'm going to appoint you a lawyer today so we can get down and dirty with your case a little bit more. Just take a seat for me in the jury box. Let me get you a lawyer, okay? Ma'am, you were charged with assault, bodily injury. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. On February 9th, 2025, the officer made contact with the complainant, who advised that she and her husband and friends were outside by their motor vehicle hanging out, and the defendant was saying things to them about them being illegal. The complainant and the defendant started getting into a verbal argument, and the defendant started to attack the complainant while the defendant was holding her baby and was reaching around the baby trying to fight. The complainant advised she sustained injuries during the assault and was in pain and was in fear for her life. The officer observed the complainant to have scratches and whelps on her right arm.
Hate crime? Ms. Riverbark, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with these people and not to be in possession of any weapons. If I find that you're a danger to my public, and I don't care who it is, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail, and I'm going to make your bond sky high. Do you understand? Do we know if alcohol played any kind of part in this?
There's no allegations of alcohol, Your Honor.
And filing those conditions, no contact, no going within 1,000 feet of where this person lives or
Yes, sir.
works, and then no weapons, please.
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Riverbark, you have the ability to hire a lawyer. Okay, we're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. I will have you sign a reset with Victoria. After that, I'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and then you'll be free to go, man. Good morning, Ms. Singleton.
Good morning.
And you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. The officer was dispatched to an apartment complex on Dominion Park Drive and met with the complainant, who advised that the defendant is her roommate. The complainant stated the two had a verbal argument over rent, which led to the complainant gathering the defendant's personal belongings and throwing them outside of the residence and onto the ground. Approximately 100 feet from the front door, the defendant then walked towards the complainant and struck her on the face and torso with a closed fist, causing the complainant to lose balance and fall to the ground. The defendant continued to strike the complainant until the defendant's boyfriend pulled her away. The complainant advised she felt pain.
Singleton, I'm going to find that there's a problem cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with this person. It looks like a protective order was issued on the 8th of this month. I would get to know it, because if you do something to violate the protective order, like go to the house that's listed in this thing, even if they give you permission, the state can and will file a violation of protective order. It's one of the worst cases you can pick up. Do you understand? You're also not to be in possession of weapons as well, ma'am. No contact, no weapons. Ma'am, do you have the ability to hire a lawyer? Okay.
I can.
I'm sorry?
I can.
You don't want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer?
Thought I had one.
No. You have one during magistration just for that very purpose, but that it ends at that stage. It doesn't carry with you forever. So at this moment, you don't have a lawyer. Do you want one?
May I have a court appointed?
Okay. I have an application on file, Deputy Marine. Don't worry.
Oh.
I have an application already on file. I will have you sign a receipt, Victoria. Don't be a danger to my community, because I only have one place for you if you are. Do you understand?
Sure.
You won't get another warning. Haltavian Edwards. Mr. Edwards, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On February 7th, 2025, at approximately 10:04 p.m., the officer observed a vehicle with an expired registration as of December 2023. A traffic stop was initiated, and the officer made contact with the defendant, the driver, and sole occupant of the vehicle. The officer smelled a strong odor of marijuana and observed the grip of a green handgun underneath the front center folding third seat, directly within the defendant's wingspan. The officer asked the defendant how much marijuana was in the vehicle, and the defendant stated 7 grams. A PC search was conducted, and the officer retrieved the handgun, which was loaded and unholstered. The officer also located a marijuana cigarette and 2 clear plastic bags containing a green leafy substance recognized as marijuana in the center console with a weight of 3 grams.
All right, Mr. Edwards, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of weapons. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Does he have a valid Texas driver license?
It appears that his license is expired, Your Honor.
You don't have a license. You're not allowed to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. You want to drive, go get a license, get liability insurance, and then I can take this restriction off. But if I find that you drive, it's really not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You will be signing a promise with me. This is an affidavit that you're not going to drive. And I hope that you heed this warning, because I take it absolutely seriously. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if there's a burning building. You have to go save 50 kids. Don't drive. Shoot.
There was another firearm in my vehicle. It was a rifle. Do I have the right to?
You need a lawyer. I can't give you legal advice. The only thing I'm telling you is I don't want you in possession of any weapons. So Don't, because I'm going to put you in jail if I find that you violate these conditions. No more PR bonds. Do you understand? A lawyer can answer all these questions for you. I'm just not allowed to give you legal advice. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, sir? So what I'll have you do is I'll have you fill out an application. Let me take a look at it to see whether you qualify. And if you do, then I'll give you a lawyer. But above all else, do not drive. All right, I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I'm going to get you the Victoria sign a reset. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions as well. Mr. Sands, you're charged with criminal trespass. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 180 days in jail to be probated. I'm sorry, not to be probated, with 67 days in jail to give you credit for. And it looks like you also have a terroristic threat. It looks like they're going to dismiss this case as a result of this plea bargain. Is that how you understand it? You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization, you give up the right to appeal. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Guilty to the criminal trespass that we talked about. You're pleading guilty to the criminal trespass. Do you understand? And they're dismissing the terrorist statement, so they're not guilty. It's not that city. So you understand? That's the city. You have to tell the judge that.
Oh, thank you. Sir.
Are you guilty of the criminal trespass?
Sir.
Okay. You know what we're doing, right? That it's going to go on your record. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail, all right? If you go back to, where was it, Alex?
Your Honor. The trespass was at an McDonald's, Your Honor.
If you go back to this McDonald's, you will end up going back to jail. So you can't go back to this McDonald's, all right? Okay, sir. Good luck. Thanks.